Next, the mighty Will Hillenbrand is here to share a behind-the-scenes look into the creation of his Mighty Reader series. All right, Will, you're up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my home-based studio here in Terrace Park, Ohio. I have made a pre-recorded video for you, a tour of the book and my studio. Mighty Reader will actually fly us in. So buckle your seatbelt and off you go. Be a mighty reader, and I'll see you again soon. But right now, Nicole, if you want to spin the album or the disc or plug and play, and here we go. Hi, this is Will Hillenbrand, and welcome to my studio. This is where I make my books and have made my books for young readers over the last 30+ years. Of course, I would rather be there with you in person and celebrating, but we're going to celebrate anyway, right where you are, and let's just go ahead and jump into it. The favorite part of mine is jumping into a story. So let's go into this one and go behind the scenes, and then I'm going to tell you about the very next book that'll follow this one. A little way in the story, Barkley has been asked to read a book to the whole class he's never seen before. Hugo recognizes that as a problem and leaves the circle time and dives through the dress-up center to become Mighty Reader. As Mighty Reader, he goes to the cubbies and finds the book that he knows Barkley can read. But it's too late. Barkley has already frozen up. But with some help and some tips from Mighty Reader, he finds his way and actually enjoys reading. He even finds that reading gives him wings to become the person he's intended to be, just like us, through books and story. The book I'm currently making is Mighty Reader Making the Grade. What happens when Lulu wakes up and her clock has melted? What kind of day will this be? She's already late. As she hurries to the bus stop, she falls. She falls right through the floor into a dream. "Where am I?" she says. She's at the corner of Standard Street, Test Avenue. What in the world? She's surrounded by foes. She needs help from her friend, Mighty Reader. Fortunately for Lulu, Mighty Reader hears her call. But the evil eye's not quite finished with Lulu yet. Not finished with her by a long shot. Fortunately, Mighty Reader has a plan, and it may just work. Mighty Reader and Lulu take the action necessary to take back the night. When we conquer our fears, can they come back? Will anybody believe what happened? After feeling like she just went to bed, it's time to get up to go to school. What will Lulu do when she has a flashback? When the whole class becomes a bundle of nerves, will Lulu know what to do? You'll find out when you read this book, Mighty Reader Making the Grade. Things are going to be okay because they have discovered a superpower. A superpower that's available to us all. And now I'd like to take you briefly behind the page of the making of the book and go from the book dummy to the final art, at least a little bit, and so you can see a little bit of what actually happens here right in my studio. You will even see how I illustrate a classroom that becomes a bundle of nerves. Yes, so I just keep playing, and as I play with color, I'm hoping the color will inform what I need to do. And it does, because I thought about a painting done by Modran called Broadway Boogie Woogie, and I started making these color marks around the contour that kind of gave that energy of from that painting, but I wanted there to be a certain energy with this. And I kept on feeling, of course, that the yellow brush marks in there were doing it, and I wanted to accentuate it, so I remembered again about that painting, and I added red along with the yellow and the spots in between, and it seemed like that gave a certain nervous energy to this bundle of nerves. And now I'd like to tell you about my secret superpower person in my life. Her name isn't Mighty Reader. Her name is Jane. Jane is my wife. She inspires children to become mighty readers, and this is the whole reason I make these books. I see the hard work that goes into being able to make young people into readers, and especially in this time in our lives when we've gone through so much, and how she's made an outreach even more than she's ever done before. And that inspires me to think that partner power is the real power that we have in community and with each other that can make a world of difference. I know Jane would say, I couldn't have done anything without your help, and I can say the same thing to her. We make each other better, and in community, and in stories, and who we are, when we come together with our libraries and working together to make readers, when we come together as a community, when we tell stories and share stories, we are all much better and richer, just like we should be. Again, thank you for all you do, and always keep a story in your heart. Thank you, Nicole, and thank you everyone at Holiday House and all the librarians that go the extra mile to be able to make sure that we all feel at home in a very odd time, and we can do it, and we've been doing it, and we'll continue to do it. Now, back to Nicole and on to Susan.